About a POG Media, so Sabana political headlines are Union Baby as a POG Media, so and I also submit me a car who the echo so on my Ghana Manusia and then say my Bebo at the Remuno. As an Bebo at the Remesher, so subscribe and answer your for POG, so I put your pro subscription. Now I see the notification bell, no I share, no for so answer, so it's me a car so who the echo. Now and say my Yabo at the Remy a year. Cookie scandal just airplanes are a revenue of Fojo and Ntím Fojo is to say a year in the Bonnie and Ashe woman and so Bebo Edura a year Kotoka International Airport just or this Obono Airport and DC for one winner. You are John Dramani Mahama Barbon team. A tone and friend so information be on Fambra and said a bebo or no you are John Dramani Mahama a fighter on also a take on himself so obebwa na wako eye ndubonia and also your traffic my Ghana. Now we now match and Serenia Basa we person the evidence we have and information on non so not the beba and on number radio so and ugu my Ghana who fina we na NIB before abo e rana catch it say you are John Dramani Mahama friend boko so wamba and it's idea of the force and also about a run if you are just any answer to a cry. Mrs. Bejabre near tea a yen sema is here a bra a NIB and so a bo a run if you.
Are emerging now of a possible breach of parliamentary immunities as some armed men believed to be personnel of the national security in the early hours of today stormed the private residence of Assin South Member of Parliament Reverend Ntím following his recent clashes with government communications minister over the two suspicious flights which recently touched down at the Kotoka International Airport, which Ntím believes could be may have been used as a transit point for trafficking of some drugs into the country to some Spanish island called Gran Canaria. All of this, while it is happening as well, we know that there are separate developments of the Attorney General also failing to enter appearance in court today as another MP heads to the Apex Court challenging President John Dramani Mahama's approach in initiating dismissal proceedings of the Chief Justice. All of this has been happening in the last few hours, prompting a number of questions. And, of course, the question especially going to the majority side of the House as to whether or not they're taking notice of all of these developments and what their position will be, as the NPP is also now raising further questions. We'll get into all of that. But this is up front with me, Blessed Ogan. Of course, you see on the screens there excerpts of what may have transpired in court. We'll get into all of that. But I want us to start off by talking about those I have in studio. Roxanne Nelson Dapiamapo is the majority whip. He is also a member of parliament for the Scéné constituency. Thank you so much, Honourable, for joining us. And also, Haruna Mohammed is the Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, moving just right away from the private residence of Reverend Ntím. So it's a good time to have your perspective, because you've been there, so you'd be able to inform the majority whip as to what happened. Perhaps we'll hear his take on that. But Haruna, let me start off with you, because we've seen an influx. I mean, in just the last few hours, an influx of rank and file of the NPP moving into Reverend Ntím house. This was a simple arrest. Why were you not open to the idea of just having, the national security do its job, and then later on you could perhaps issue a statement or pay him a visit if you'd have to sleep at the NIB today?
Blessed, thank you very much. I would like to say good evening to your cherished viewers, and good evening to Majority Chief Whip. This evening, on Sunday, I passed through his constituency from the northern part of the country to Accra. Yes, I'm just coming from Honorable Reverend Ntím house. This morning, we got messages of the national security going to his house to arrest him. We all know that he's a member of parliament. He's the ranking member on Defense and Interior. He has brought up matters that has something to do with the people of Ghana, and also has questionable issues with regards to the state of the security of this country, more especially at our borders at the airport. Knowing that he's a member of parliament, he has immunities, that he's been guided. If a member of parliament can be treated this way, what about we, the ordinary citizens of Ghana, such as leadership of political parties. If a member of parliament is treated that way, then it is very questionable. And we have always said that Reverend Ntím is a member of our party. He's a good citizen of this country. He's law-abiding. He can provide information, and that is why security agencies in this country are being employed when informations are given, whether in full or in part. It is left with the security agencies to make sure that investigations
Has this not been the center of the problem, isn't it? The fact that he feels he's a member of parliament and hiding under, the cloth of being, having some immunity under the constitution, when indeed he's also, on the other hand, a citizen of the republic and must be, quote and unquote, responsible with his utterances. Till date, the MP has not provided a single evidence backing his claims. You agree?
Hey, so, Blessed, I don't know which evidence you're talking about. Was there an arrest of the 350 million cocaine issue in Cape Coast or not?
The president has spoken about it. You heard about it.
Was there an arrest or not? Yeah. There was an arrest. So once there was an arrest and he brought it up, it is enough.
But
evidence.
that's public knowledge.
Second,
yes,
the 150, was there arrest or not? There was. The air flights that he's talking about, the Met flight N8 23 AM, they did come to Ghana or not on the set date. It came. The Kavok Antonov AN 12.
The point is,
they did come to Ghana or not.
It will not be a challenge if flights always come to Ghana. You always have flights coming into the country. So you know where the problem is. The problem is about the illicit drugs, and that claim he has not substantiated.
The point is that the flight has come. Drug issues have come up. Cocaine issues have come up. We all know that the place that these planes are coming from are questionable when it comes to money laundering. Okay? It's left with the security agencies at the airport to speak to us.
There is evidence pointing out that, for instance, in fact, and I just need to point you out to that, the EU, for instance, blacklisted Ghana as one of the money laundering zones somewhere late last year or last year.
No, I don't think so.
Yet we still had flights coming into this country and out of the country.
I don't think so. It was the
case because I covered those stories. Flights came into this country. So you know that when an MP makes a claim that there is cocaine that was trafficked through an airport, he needs to substantiate that. I
am telling you that he has provided enough evidence, and that is why the security agencies in our country, we have the CID, we have the BNI, we have the NACOP at the airport. When flight lands, they have the security measures that they take. These bodies refuse to speak to us.
NACOP says they've done their checks.
Just yesterday, when the matter had started, they were talking about it.
Condoning impunity on the part of
Which impunity? Which impunity?
Why would an MP make a claim and not substantiate it?
Which one? The MP has gone ahead, even went on a flyaway.
Has Ntím just shown you, as leaders of the NPP, any video footage or perhaps a picture of this parcel of cocaine that he's talking about?
My brother, the point is that he has raised the alarm. He has provided some information on that. People are paid from public coffers to do investigation. And Ntím, as a good citizen, has done so. What is questionable here is that other members of parliament in the previous past had made allegations. They were not picked up in Rambo style,
which MP
just as it's been done. When there was the issue of Sasu, was he picked up as in such a Rambo style? He was. Honorable member is here. Two MPs that we are told from our minority side that they were being questioned in Parliament, in the precinct of Parliament, not sent with people masked to go and intimidate. No, that is not the state.
Intimidation?
But you didn't see them, the way they were masked and the way they entered with guns. It doesn't.
The president posted on Facebook asking the MP to, cooperate with the security agencies. Till date, and as leadership of the NPP, are you able to establish if it's indeed provided the evidence, at least if it doesn't want to do that public? Has it provided the evidence
Majority
to
Chief Whip is here,
to the Ghana Police Service or any other responsible agent?
Majority Chief Whip is here. He made a request for a joint briefing. You must note that he's the ranking member on defense and defense and security. So He made a request for a joint briefing.
My question is, I'm asking if the evidence he says, because he says he has intelligence.
He has been providing a lot of information out there since it broke up.
Have you seen the picture of the cocaine he's talking about, or a video of it?
I am telling you that, have they arrested cocaine or not?
But that's not the cocaine he's talking about. He's talking about our airport.
He said there could be a reason of these flights who have come to stay in Ghana that could be related to those particular instances. So if the security agencies are minded, they would do investigation and provide the good people of Ghana the information,
so
but not to allow
evidence.
I'm not telling you he doesn't have the evidence. He's saying that he needs joint briefing in Parliament.
But I mean, Ntím is not, from my last check, chair of the Regional Security Council. He's not chair of the National Security Council. In what capacity is he asking for security briefings?
In his capacity as member of Parliament,
really?
He can make a request. He did not ask them to come. He made a request, and the request was turned down. Did he bend the sea? No. He made a request. It is his right to make a request, and the request is either accepted or rejected. Right? So if that request was accepted and these briefings were done, and then the security agencies at the entry point or at the airport had taken the time to do a thorough investigation and report, it could have countered what he said. It was left onto government, and government communication was doing more of defense. And that.
So like you media and you book so I'm in the shop like and as well subscribe to a POG Media so I all message and message about your post subscription. Now I hit notification bell on our share no prefer so and so it's me account. Now I come here for is a reverend Ntím which is when to me engine and so crash so also Runaway on to Johnny got a baby fair a top NPP Gúrús on your motinase planning a scandal here on what they share NDC and John Dramani Mahama by no so Mumbra don't meet to Transana NIB before Addo and ran if you just say and Yasem Kitwa Cramez about to also not yet in Seminole.
Was where the question was. Government was not briefing us, but government was doing defense. And then the information that was chained out by the government communication started to contradict and even were more questionable. And that is where everybody got alarmed.
Majority, where do you feel all of these challenges are coming from? Because here's a colleague member of Parliament. He says intelligence is available. Do a briefing at the committee level so I supply the details I have. Yet, you're using the numbers to intimidate him, isn't it?
He went on a propaganda spree on a matter that he felt strongly about and got eggs in his face. Because you see, I made a point that when he and I met on some other media platform, I told him if he wants to do what Okudje does best, he should do it well. Look, as the ranking member, he could have asked for the manifest. Aircrafts have what we call routing. So that if you're making an allegation of an aircraft that's not supposed to land in Ghana, but landed in Ghana, ask for the routing. So if the allegation is that an aircraft lifted off the tarmac in Las Palmas, their maritime neighbor is Morocco. So it will either land in Rabat or Casablanca. Then it took off from Rabat or Casablanca into Accra. That's your beef. And you saw that routing appear odd. There are questions you ask and answers will be provided.
So he has the right to ask the question.
Yes, but he hasn't.
So why are you not answering the question as the NDC?
We have answered those questions. We have said the fact that an aircraft lifted off the shores of Las Palmas and did a transit in Rabat in Casablanca or Rabat or Casablanca in Morocco and came to Accra, the reasons were that they were in crisis. So they landed in Accra for some maintenance and went away. Ntím won't have it. Now he's gone further to say that they should produce CCTV camera. Do you know how the airport works? I told him that if he has some understanding in the airline industry, he wouldn't say the kinds of things he has said. For instance, there's no CCTV camera on the tarmacs. The tarmacs are quite far away from where the CCTV cameras are positioned. The CCTV cameras check security arrangements and movements along the structural buildings. But on the tarmac, no. So what is available is the technicians who went to work on the aircraft. You saw the damaged wheel under the aircraft being replaced, assessment being done.
And these are only videos from the government side. We need to put that on record.
But who provide?
We don't have the benefit of the full video. You agree? So I just want us to understand that. Yeah.
But who provides this video? No private person.
Yeah, but it's from the government. So if you had that video, why not the entire video?
Hold on.
Yeah.
You are because of course you are making allegations against government. So government went further to say the technicians who worked on this matter. Where is the evidence? They produced the evidence. You say, no, it is staged. Now, the state is saying, come and assist state institutions. NACOC, CID, National Intelligence. Oh, you say you won't do it. And yet, you have taken an intransigence position. That is what I'm telling you.
Is that the best description, perhaps, of what's happening now?
If it is, hold on.
He asked for briefings at the committee level. You could have granted that easily.
What?
Because you have all of these information, yet you haven't provided that.
No.
You know, at the committee level. Yeah, right.
You've asked the question, so I know. Let me answer you. I'm providing answers, reasonable answers. The NACOCs, the National Commission on Narcotics Control Commission has specific roles at the airport. The National Intelligence Bureau, they have specific roles at the airport. The airport itself, the owners, the aviation security, they have their specific role. Ghana Police Service, they have their specific role. Then, of course, the national apparatus also have their specific roles. So the president says, if you are so concerned about this matter, whatever intelligence you think you have, in any case, there's nothing like intelligence when an aircraft lands in our jurisdiction. It's a matter of public record. When an aircraft enters our airspace, it's a matter of public record. When they land, it's a matter of public record. When they take off, because the National Signals Bureau and the tower at the airport, they have all the controls before you can land and take off. So all these matters are documented because whenever there is an accident involving an aircraft, these are protocols that will be followed.
Right.
Or it will be checked whether these protocols were followed. So anything about an aircraft is such a serious matter. It cannot be concealed.
Don't you feel that you're making Ntím for just point? And let me just come to that. Why I'm saying that? Particularly when you say I'll allow you to make the point.
But ask the question.
Just land on that.
So the security agencies that he's requesting should come and brief Parliament hadn't done any work. They said they should come and brief Parliament on what? That is why they say there should be an investigation. Go and cooperate with them. You say you won't cooperate with them. Because your cooperation would have formed part of the record that they would have brought to Parliament by way of briefing. Then you would have been sitting in a composite capacity, both as a complainant and as the ranking member. Whatever questions or additional information you think you could give, you could have given it. You haven't done that.
So the House will be briefed eventually?
Not the House, the committee. It is this committee that he was praying the chairman to convene and called about 3 security agencies to come and give a briefing on a matter that they haven't initiated an investigations. You are the complainant. Go and assist with the information you have. You say no. So Parliament cannot conduct the kind of investigations you are looking for. It's the agencies that will do it and bring you a report. You can't sit at a committee in Parliament and conduct the kind of investigations you want the agencies to come and speak to.
So what was national security doing at his home then?
This matter just came to my attention this afternoon. I don't know what the circumstances are. But in any case, if anybody wants to raise an issue of breach of immunity...
because this is an MP.
Which immunity? Parliament, you are on recess. So if you are involved in a crime, the state by all means can approach you.
Are you not picking and choosing?
I'm not picking. No.
The majority leader says, and you've heard him address the press, he says, this is a member of Parliament, write to the Speaker, go through the protocol and invite him officially because you've just, in the last few days, interrogated some other MPs. Why are you not according the same protocol to this MP?
Let me tell you this. Me, as a member of parliament, I was arrested. They were in power. They didn't raise the.
Oh, Haruna did that. Yeah. Okay, well,
in my favor.
In your favor, right?
Sosu was arrested in a gangster manner.
He says that's not the case.
It was the case.
Oh.
It was the case. That was how come we the minority. We the minority. We held a press conference and criticized the government at the time. They didn't see anything wrong with it. Akuffo was rushing to parliament. He was a ranking member to a committee that was seized with a very important matter. He jumped the traffic light. He was arrested by Dan Parry and his boys. They didn't see anything.
You're paying back then. Basically.
Sorry, it's not about payback. So I'm saying that the parliamentary immunity. They told us that at the time, that when as a member of parliament, when you engage in a commission of an offence, Inf0&Call delicto, the parliamentary immunity is breached. In any case, it's not sacrosanct, it's not absolute.
Okay,
so this issue of breach of parliamentary immunity doesn't arise.
Really?
Don't let any member of parliament sit anywhere that his parliamentary immunity is absolute.
Okay,
is sacrosanct.
Right. Before I bring in Haruna,
I'll be the first to defend it if the circumstances are right. But if the circumstances do not fall squarely within the constitutional provision, don't go and misconduct yourself.
Before I bring in Haruna,
don't go and misconduct yourself or go and commit a crime and think that parliamentary immunity will save you.
Before I bring in Haruna, the question as to why Ntím Forger's case, you're making a case for him invariably through the points you've submitted to us. You are telling us now clearly that we cannot obtain a CCTV footage of what may have transpired on the tarmac.
How do you?
Yeah, so if we are not in a position of knowing what may have happened and there's suspicion of that act,
no,
you clearly believe that
you heard me say. You heard me say.
But that's what you're telling us. That
but who else should tell you? It's only the government that can give you.
Why do you want us to only solely believe?
But which alternative is Ntím Forger relying on? Which alternative? Hearsay. So if you are not willing to listen to what the government is saying, that this is the evidence from the men, the state engineers, who conducted this mechanical repair works and took a.
But as a soldier brain out opinion, my POG political media no see Brown catching me political news, any daily updates in the phone go open us on our own today and also on my channel. Man, you subscribe to a POG Media, and I say your first time I need no book as well as drop a subscription. Now I share enough for first and so Ntím channel. So no matter the echo so POG. So now episode didn't come on as well share your resumes or boy the comment section hole. Now I didn't come on a POG Media rant here, but now you so you have my soldier. My PUG